Hi everyone, I'm Erica and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. So a few days ago I posted that I was planning on doing some beauty videos on Mondays. So here we are, and I asked you guys for some ideas on what to do with those. And I got a couple responses. Thank you so much. And if anyone has any other ideas, please comment down below. But someone asked for 40s and 50s styles. Those are definitely coming. I'll try to do one or the other next week. But this week, I am going to be doing the 1920s, since that's the first comment I got. Now, the 1920s, when people think about this decade, they always think of bobbed hair. And actually, that is very accurate. Everyone either had pretty much bobbed hair, or they had long hair that they would put into a faux bob or coil up in the back so that it looked like a bob. My hair is actually cut, as you can see, kind of in a midi, but if I roll the underneath a little bit tighter, I can kind of make it look more like a true bob, and that's what we're going to do today. So the 1920s had two very distinctive schools of style. There was, and I will find it. I'm actually using this book to show you guys some pictures. This is the Art Deco hair book by Daniela Tordiche. This is out of print, so if you try to find this on Amazon, it's like 500 bucks. So don't do that. I will tell you all the really important stuff from it, and you can also find this information elsewhere. If the book ever goes back into print, it's not a bad one to buy, but it's certainly not a necessity. So there's sort of two looks that we think of when we think of the 1920s. One is the exotic look, where the hair was very sleek to the head. Think people like Louise Brooks. So there you go, there's a very small picture of Louise Brooks. Very sleek, flapper bob hair. These were also the people of the 1920s, like, you know, who were really into learning the tango and things like that. So they had the exotic, like, swept back finger waves and the buns on the back. So anything very sleek to the head, the wet seal look, all of that was the exotic look. And the other side was this sort of softer, fluffy, friendly kind of look. And the icon for that is, of course, the fabulous Clara. Also, if you watch the Baz Luhrmann Great Gatsby movie, there's a fantastic hairstyle done by one of the characters where she has big, fluffy, curly hair and a big scarf, which is also very much a Clara esque look. So that is the one we're going to tackle today, is that more fluffy, curly style. I will be doing an exotic, more sleek finger wave look at some point, but I just didn't have it in me today because that was a little bit more work. So today I'm going to be tackling that curly look. I'm going to be separating out my bangs. Right now my hair has a lot of mousse in it. I put mousse in my hair when it was dry. So there's a lot of mousse. It's giving me the look of a lot more hair than I actually have. And I have bangs I'm growing out, as you can see. They're getting pretty long. And I'm just going to get those to one side and wrap them separately. Now, in the 1920s, pen curls were done in two ways. You could either do them in the way that we always think about when we think of pen curls, which is known as the sculptured pen curl, and which became pretty much the only way to do it by the 1930s, where you start at the ends and roll down. Sure, everyone's used to that. It gives a nice smooth curl. Now, the other thing you could do is you could roll from the root to the end. And that's what we're going to be doing today, because that is going to give us a nice, big, fluffy, frizzy curl. And for the Clara styles, that's exactly what you want. Big, fluffy, frizzy curls. You could also do this with rollers, but I'm going to do it with pen curls today. These are a little weird to get used to, but once you do get used to them, they're actually a little freeing because they're not as perfect. So we're going to take a section of hair, about yay big. You can make these as small or as large as you need based on your hair. This is just water, and I'm going to spritz my hair with water. Here's where it gets weird. I'm going to put my finger in at my root, wrap it around my finger. So I get to the end. I'm gonna, takes, like I said, a second to get used to this. Slide it off my finger and then keep coiling it up. Make sure you get those ends tucked in. It's a little harder to do. And I'm gonna clip it in place. I should be using my mirror, but I'm trying to make sure I really show you guys. So you get a little coil like that on the top of the hair. I'm gonna do a couple more on camera, and then I will finish the rest off camera and show you guys when I come back to brush it out what this looks like. So we're wrapping around our fingers all the way to the end. So we've got it wrapped around, holding the end. This works better on shorter hair, to be honest. You could also wrap it around like a brush or any sort of styling tool that gets skinnier at the edges, so you can just pull it off. But we're getting it off the finger and then pinning it in place, like so. This may take a little bit of practice because, again, if you're used to doing pen curls the opposite way, like I am, there's no muscle memory here. So that's a little tricky. So put it in, coil it around like you're spiraling over a curling iron. Think of it that way. And yeah, you could do this with a curling iron, but I don't do heat sets ever on my hair because I have fine hair and it doesn't like being heated up. So roll it down and clip. Okay. If you hear weird sounds in the background, it's my cat having some snack. He's having some dry food. I tried to do 20s makeup today, and I am not the world's best at the 20s makeup. So forgive me for that. But yeah, I've got my blush really close to the inside of my face. Like right here on my cheek. Got kind of a smoky eye. I've got more of like a flat eyebrow, and this is definitely not my favorite look for me. With the 20s blush, you have to be a little careful if you have a thin, mature face like I do, because it can really look a little garish. But you know, if I'm doing 20s hair, I gotta at least try 20s makeup. I really like the way they do the makeup in the Miss Fisher show. That's 20s, but it's more subtle. And I think that's probably what I need to try next time. Waffling along. All right, I'm gonna do this last one, and then we'll have finished a whole row on camera, and then I will do the rest. I'm not really worried too much about what direction this is going in, because I really just want that spiral curl. So I don't think in this case direction matters too much, because you're gonna be like really fluffing this out when you brush it. And we are gonna use, I think, probably a headscarf with it. So just get them in there as best you can. You want the hair to be as big and curly as you possibly can do. And I'll see you guys later for the brush out. Hello, we are back to brush out our curls. There's something on my, okay, there we go. Here we are. There was something on my iPad. It was driving me crazy. So I've got all my curls in. They've been cooking for a while. I did wrap my little bang section in a conventional way, just under, in the normal way you do pen curls. And I'm gonna just take these clips out. Ooh. So I'm just gonna break this up with my hands. So as you can see, kind of just looks like a normal pen curl set, but a little bit less contained. And yep, pen curls just look fluffy when you brush them out, so that's nothing new. But let's look at the formation of a curl. So let's take this. So see, It's just a little bit of a different look to it because we rolled it the opposite way. I don't think you absolutely need to roll it from the root to the end, but it was a technique that I wanted to show you guys in case you had not seen it before. I had mentioned it in a video in this channel, but I feel like the more different possibilities we have in our arsenal of vintage hairstyling, the better. So I'm gonna get my mirror where I can actually see it so I don't keep staring at the screen. All right, so let's start brushing this through. I used a lot of setting lotion this time. Like I said, frizzy, fluffy curls, that's what we wanted. And that is what we got. Frizzy, fluffy. I'm gonna brush back. So I'm just gonna form my little bang curls like that. There we go. I'm gonna take oh my God, I'm gonna take a moment to get the hair out of my eye. I'm gonna take my teasing comb. I'm gonna tease my bangs. So 20's bangs were either very perfect Louise Brooks bangs, or they were like fluffy, floofy, little kiss curl style bangs, like these. So that's good. That looks pretty good. So let's calm this down just a little bit. I'm just gonna brush my ends under against my hand a little. There we go. So I've got this big floofy hair. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tie my scarf around and then I'm gonna arrange the curls. So I've got this long rectangular scarf and I'm just gonna fold it in half. See how it already looks like instantly more 20s when you get the scarf around there? So I'm gonna pull it to one side. So the scarf is gonna be tied over here on the side of the hair. And I know the hair looks crazy right now. We're gonna deal with that in a second. And then double knot it. So yeah, I've got this long Clara bow-esque scarf. So now I'm just gonna take our little styling brush, little teasing brush, and I'm gonna brush some things around my fingers. So 90% of this floofy, fluffy 20s hair is just arranging it after the scarf is on, I swear. So yeah, just and I'm just brushing some of the ends. But you notice I'm not brushing all the way down to the bottom. I don't want smooth hair. I want big, fluffy, poofy hair with some definition at the ends. And because we have done these reverse pen curls, you see I can get a lot of volume in here. And yeah, I'm just not having to tease to get volume because of a lot of setting lotion and mousse and a lot of how we wrapped it. If anything looks too crazy, like I said, just brush it around your finger for a second. Now, I have very fine hair, so I don't even fathom the idea of completely covering the scarf. That's fine with me. If you have more hair, you might be able to actually cover the scarf with your hair in the back, but I know my hair, and that's never gonna happen. And I don't need it to. They would often have their scarves show in the back, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. But yeah, this gives, like I said, this is the most volume and the most thickness my hair ever looks like it has, is when I do these pen curls the wrong way. So when you're wrapping from the root to the ends. But again, it's a frizzy look. I mean, part of that volume is just frizz. I'm gonna call that pretty good. I mean, that's pretty cute. I feel like Evelyn would. If you're not following her channel, I'll put a link down below. She dresses kind of 20s and 30s, like pretty much does her hair like this pretty much every day. And she's the cutest thing. She has a sewing channel. But yeah, I feel like she does that Clara bow style all the time. So I feel like I've done a little bit of an homage to Evelyn because she also has the dark hair. You can fuss with the bangs as much as you need to. My bangs are almost long enough to not be bangs anymore. I'm doing a little teasing here. But they're still a little bit shorter, so I can still get a little bit of a bang look out of them. Yeah. So let me look at the back of my hair. We'll all look at the back together and see if there's anything else I need to do. This is cute though. God, it looks like I have a lot more hair than I actually do. Oh, that's fun. Okay, people with really thin hair will know exactly why I'm so excited. How can I sit back? I am struggling to see the back of my head today. There's just no good. I need more arms. I don't know. It's good enough. I'm sure it's fine. I'll show it to you guys and then I'll find out in editing how bad it looks. So anyway, this is the front of my hair. And then this is the back. So there we have it. 1920s fluffy, curly Clara bow hair using a headscarf and pen curls wrapped from the scalp to the ends. So I hope that this was fun for you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye!